Not fast enough to be medium, yet gun is not big enough for a heavy. What is this alien thing in tier 9? I am Neil and this is my review of K-91. Historically speaking, this is just a blueprint from 1949 and not a single bit of this tank was ever built. Short story, isn't it? Moving on to World of Tanks Blitz, this is a tier 9 heavy which feels like a mix of multiple tanks, but if there is one which reminds me the most, it would be T-54E1, the American autoloading medium tank. Looking at the gun stats, we can easily learn it has the highest shell velocity in the game. AP shell goes 1535 meters per second, and that's about 50% more than any other heavy, so you don't have to really pre-aim at all. That will drastically change with switching to heat or HE, but it is kind of expected, and in that case shell velocity is rather similar to most of the tanks. Another interesting feature is the drum magazine. 310 alpha damage per shot is rather small and really reminds me T-54E1, which just do the same. Facing AMX 5120 is not really much fun, as AMX have same intra-clip reload with 90 damage per shot more. So what it is going for me in this drum is the reload of the whole clip. If you will shoot only 1 or 2 shots and the shooting opportunity is lost, you are not really facing hard decision whether to keep 2 shells or do full reload, as it takes only 17 seconds. It is much harder to decide and to make that decision in AMX, which takes 27 seconds. Yet T-54E1 reloads in almost a second faster. The DPM on this thing is quite good in comparison to other heavies, but it is really a heavy. I'd say it feels like a medium, but T-54E1 have 300 DPM more than K-91. K-91 have also solid aim time for a heavy and gun dispersion as well. Well, it might sound stupid, but medium to long ranges are doable in this tank. And this is still not really a sniper tank, but it's not really a blind on those distances. That also means shooting weak spot is quite easy as well. Gun dispersion of 7 degrees is alright for a heavy, nothing major here. What you need to take note here is a gun elevation. After MX50 it is the worst, and 10 degrees is not really that much. In most cases you are okay and you don't need to take this into consideration, but you might struggle to shoot higher elevated enemies or enemies on your level, but when your hull is pointing downwards. Mobility wise, this tank is not a fast tank. Top speed of 40 sounds nice, but most of the time I felt like cruising around 35. I'd call it an average, and while there are slower tanks, this is not really a speedster. Most heavies in tier 9 used to be either agile in some way or have quite a lot of armor. Yet this one doesn't. Well, it does have an armor, but it's hard to get through only for tier 8s, I'd say, and tier 9s and 10s should have no issues whatsoever. Let me show you what I mean. The layout of the turret is trollish, looks trollish, and the main problem why it's trollish is this part, which goes like 900 millimeters, 80 millimeters. Here it's 600, 500. So this part is basically impenetrable by anything in the game. But yeah, if you are going to meet, let's say, ISA, the tank will look like this. The upper plate is 245, yeah, that's quite hard. But lower plate 175 of effective armor, and that's pretty easy to pen by even T-44 basically. Then there is second line of cheeks, I'd say, these ones, and being in IS-8 you can still search for like 230 millimeters on this part, here and here, and in that case this whole hull armor is just one small failure because you can go and pen it. But then IS-8 is also quite slow, not slow, quite low heavy. What about E75? Then it's looking like this, and then the first weak spot is the upper plate with 192mm, and you can go through there with AP shells without any issues. And also these weird second level of cheeks are also very easy to go through. We are looking at like 218, 200 up to 250, I'd say. So yeah, you can't really rely on this armor, and I wouldn't for sure. If we move on to a side of the tank, we'll find out that's pretty easy to penetrate. And while it does have 100mm of armor on the side, which would normally means you can side scrape like a small boss, and you can do, but it's not VK. VK have also 100mm of side armor, but he have a rear positioned turret, and that gives it a massive edge. Here, if you want to side scrape and fight, you always have to show your weak spot. You don't have to do that with VK. So side scraping is a valid option here, it's just not that great as you would expect. Rear of the tank is 100mm, 80mm, and here is 120mm, so that's nothing you should be really worried about. So, is it a good tank, or is it worth 40,000 gold? I don't really feel this is exceptionally good tank, and I don't really feel this is a good tank at all. Really feels average and bit letting me down. It is not heavy, and it is not medium. It is not AMX 5120, and it is not T5041. K-91 tries to do it all and fails in doing so. It really reminds me T5041, it's just worse. And I would not buy it again, and I really don't advise you to get one. You will not lose unique experience, and if you want to experience it without spending gold, get T5041. It's basically for free, and it's just better one. And so, welcome to Canal, and this is a master replay of this K-91. I'm going to cap an A, while most of my team goes for a B and D. Enemy team have Grille 15, Jagdpanzer E100, T-30-3, painful TDs, mostly mediums, one heavy, so I expected there'll be no one. And yet, there is Jagdpanzer E100, and I'm like, oh my god, Grille, come on. First HE, 400, that's alright. Second HE, 440, that's even better. Jagdpanzer, will he shoot? And there is opportunity to put one more HE shell, and 430. At this moment I can stay here and die or run away. I left Grille with like 400 health points, so I might be able to kill him in one shot. Grille tries to shoot me, he failed. I'm flanking, and I really hope Grille will stay somewhere there so I can just flank and put the final shot into him. As you noticed, my cap of A took like, I don't know, I scored like 50 points from capping, and that's it. That's very important to note here. Yeah, I'm a bit afraid I'll get into the crossfire, but there it is, Grille. Grille is no more. I have 2 more shells, I can aim for a weak spot like I said. And there we are, the first one, second one, pretty good, pretty good. So far we are on 2300 damage, not bad. We are 6 on 4. I'm going to help here E75 because Jagdpanzer E100 is just lost there. He can't do much there. He have to relocate and expose himself. First shot, bounce. That's unfortunate. Maybe we can put one more. No, Grille finish him. Alright, who's next? I think, yeah, there's AMX 5120. Unlucky shot from him. I don't know what he did. He should be able to penetrate me without any issues from that angle for sure. Alright, so 2 kills, 2,500 damage, and I think we are going to, yeah, track this E100. I think that was the pretty good play. You see, when you are keep tracking the tank like this, shooting the front wheel, he can't do much unless he have some quick fix. It's on 5-on-1. Game is over. Can we get at least this third kill? Looks like he do not care much. Oh, he does. He have broken engine. And there we are. 3 kills, 3,500 damage. It's not a impressive game, to be honest. You're in tier 9. Motion needs like 5k damage to do mastery play. Here you need 3,500 damage. That's not much. And how much we kept? 137. So from experience point of view, we didn't score much from active actions. So this tank is not like hard to master. It's hard to play. It's just not good tank. So yeah, on that, I'll thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do so, please subscribe to my channel and click a like button. And if you didn't, and if you think this video is trash, you know there's a dislike button as well. Yeah, I hope I see you in next video, and in the meantime I wish you loads of great games and loads of ammo boxes and engine fires. Obviously not yours, the enemies, and yeah, that's it. Thank you guys. Bye.